Former House Speaker Newt Gingrich recently released his 2010 tax return for his private foundation. A private foundation is a legal entity that's set up for some specific philanthropic purpose. A full copy of the return can be found on his campaign's website. The largest private foundation in the world is currently the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, with over $38 billion in assets. The Speaker's Foundation is just slightly smaller than that, with almost $100,000 in assets. And if we go to page 2, we can see that the assets are made up of corporate stock and cash. Back on page 1, we can see that the foundation received $150,000 in contributions for 2010, and if we go to the detail on page 15, we can see that the sole contributor was Gingrich Holdings. Back on page 1, we can also see that the foundation paid out $120,000 in contributions and grants. And if we go to the detail here, the detail is on page 20, we can see a list of the recipients of the contributions. The biggest recipient was Luther College, which is an Iowa Lutheran college where the Speaker's spouse Callista went to school. The second largest recipient was the Basilica of the National Shrine in Washington, D.C., which is the largest Catholic church in the country. And then finally, the third largest was the American Museum of Natural History in New York. And finally, on statement 6, we can see a list of the various board members of the foundation. They include the Speaker's wife, Callista, Sonia Harrison, who is the executive director of the Speaker's office, the Speaker himself, the Speaker's 2 daughters, Kathy and Jackie, and also the Speaker's legal counsel, Stephen Pasentino. So that's the Gingrich return. Again, a full copy can be found on his campaign's website.